Angles and polygons. Let's talk about the angles and the relationship of polygons and what their angles are, interior and exterior angles. Learning target today is students can find the measure of a missing angle in different convex polygons. Convex means all the angles of the shape are pointing outwards, okay? And that a convex polygon, guys, means that you can draw a line anywhere within the polygon and it'll never go outside of the polygon. There are concave polygons, but we're not talking about those today. Okay, make sure you write down your heading. If you need to pause, go ahead. Otherwise, I'm moving on. Okay, we got a couple formulas to go over first. First thing I want to talk about is interior angles. So the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a convex n-gon. So any sides, that could be anything from a triangle, which would be a 3-gon, 3 sides, n standing for the number of sides, to a 100-gon, which would just be a shape with 100 sides. So the n stands for the number of sides of the shape. All you're going to do for that formula is subtract it by 2. So however many sides the shape has, you subtract that by 2, and then you multiply by 180. I'm going to use my triangle as my example. It has 3 sides. So I do 3 minus 2 times 180. 1 times 180 is 180, which we already know that a triangle has 180 degrees. Okay. Basically, any shape, what you do is you can break it into how many triangles fit into that shape, and that's our degrees angles. That's where that comes from. So we're going to use that basis. So you always do n minus 2 times 180. If I want to know the measure of an interior angle of a regular n-gon, and a regular means that all the sides and all the angles are the same. So if I figure out the interior angles of that shape, which if you notice my formula on the top, the numerator is the same as up above, that tells me how many degrees that polygon has. Then I can just divide it by how many sides there are, which also equals how many angles there are, and that'll tell me what each angle represents. Using my triangle again, I can do 3 minus 2 times 180, and divide that by 3. Well, that's going to be 180 divided by 3, which is 60 degrees, and we know that an equilateral triangle has 60-degree angle measures. So you can see how that formula works. Okay, I'm going to scoot down here. The next thing I want to talk about is exterior angles. And exterior angles create supplementary angles with the adjacent interior angle. So to find exterior angles, you would look at the interior angle or find the interior angle if you have to find it, and then the exterior angle creates a supplementary line so that you can just then subtract that from 180. Together they equal 180. Okay, if you need to pause or look back at anything, go ahead. Otherwise, I'll be moving on to my next example. Okay, let's do some examples. In our first example, I want you to find the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a pentagon. Well, a pentagon has 5 sides, so I'm going to use my formula, n minus 2 times 180. Yes, we need to show our work. So then I'm going to do 5 minus 2 times 180. You can use your calculator. And 3 times 180 is 540. So this would be 540 degrees. So all pentagons add up to 540 degrees. Okay, doesn't matter what the pentagon looks like. It could be a regular pentagon. It could be an irregular pentagon where the sides and the angles aren't all the same. They all add up to 540 degrees. Okay, and again, these are for convex shapes. It gets a little more sketchy when we're using concave shapes. All right, in B, find the measure of an interior angle of a regular heptagon. Well, a heptagon has 7 sides, and I want to find an interior angle, so I want to find what one of them is. So I'm going to use my formula of n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. So that's going to be 7 minus 2 times 180 divided by 7. Okay, and when you do that in your calculator, you're going to get 900 divided by 7. And 900 divided by 7 is, and I'm going to round this to the nearest hundredth, 128.6 degrees. So if you wanted to make a regular heptagon, you'd have to make each interior angle, out of battery there, you'd have to make each interior angle 128.6 degrees. Okay, one last example. Find the value of x. So here is my exterior angle right here. That's what an exterior angle looks like. I have my shape. together, these create a supplementary line. You can see that's a straight angle right there, adds up to 180 degrees. So those are supplementary angles. So all I'm going to do is x plus 134 equals 180. Subtract 134 from both sides. So I get x equals 46. So my answer is, the angle is 46 degrees. The value of x is 46. Okay, so that's how you can find the measures of any polygons, all the interior angles, a regular polygon, or using exterior angles. Okay, that's it. Have a great night, and I will see you guys tomorrow.